Dreaming is the starting point of every meaningful realization. And Earl Nightingale, one of the greatest thinkers of personal development, said clearly, "We become what we think most of the time." That is, everything begins in the mind. A dream, however distant it may seem, begins as a simple idea, a spark. But it is exactly this spark that ignites the fire of transformation. Most people never realize their dreams because, in practice, they never define them. They live like drifting boats, waiting for the wind to blow in the right direction. But what Nightingale teaches us is the opposite. You need to be the commander of your life. You need to take the helm. The dream must be clear, precise, and felt, with strength in your heart. And more than that, it needs to be fed daily with focus, thought, and intention. Imagine you are planting a tree. The seed is your dream. But if you do not water, if you do not care, if you do not protect, it will never sprout. Nightingale invites us to do just that with our goals. Plant, water, protect, believe, and act. Because what you plant in your mind and cultivate with consistency becomes your reality. Your thoughts are the roots of your life, and if you want different fruits, you need to plant different thoughts. So, at this exact moment, you must stop and reflect. What is your deepest dream? That which makes you vibrate inside, what even in silence insists on getting your attention. This is the first step. Recognize, define, and especially accept your dream. For if you ignore your true mission, live a life in half. But when you decide to embrace your purpose, the universe begins to conspire in your favor. If there is an undeniable truth that goes through the centuries, taught by teachers, wise men, philosophers, and proven by the very modern science of mind, it is this: everything begins with thought. Earl Nightingale, great thinker of personal development, already said that we become what we think most of the time. And this is not just a beautiful phrase. It is a universal law in action. Your thoughts are not neutral. They are the seed of everything you live. Every idea, every image that you allow to grow within your mind has a direct impact, not only on how you feel, but on the actions you take, and consequently on the results you reap. Think with me. When you feed thoughts of hope, possibilities, and faith, your body responds. Your posture changes, your voice gains strength, your energy rises. You feel motivated, courageous, ready to face the challenges. And this confidence, although subtle, begins to shape every step of yours. You make bolder decisions, act with clarity, attract people who vibrate in the same tune, and opportunities begin to arise. Everything seems to flow. Why? Because you are in alignment with your dreams. The vibration of your thinking is creating a reality that matches what you want. Now, look at the other side of the coin. When the thoughts that dominate your mind are negative, doubtful, full of fear, something within you contracts. You feel a weight on your chest, hesitate before opportunities, start to postpone, procrastinate. The vital energy that should be propelling you begins to bleed out. And this does not happen out of nowhere. Often this process starts in a surreptitious, almost invisible way. A misplaced comment, a criticism of someone close, a reminder of something that went wrong in the past. And ready, the seed of doubt is planted. And you know what is more treacherous? It is that often this seed comes from where you least expect. A well-intentioned friend, a concerned relative, even his own mother saying something like, "But what if it doesn't work?" This phrase, which seems harmless, may be the spark that ignites fear and erases faith. You begin to remember these words in difficult moments, and gradually you give up, will believe more in failure than success. How many times have you been through this? How many times have you given up on something amazing because of a doubt planted by someone? But the good news is that just as negative thoughts destroy, positive ones build. The secret is to train your mind to choose what to focus on. It is to develop an unshakable faith, an inner certainty that no one can shake. Because you will fall, yes, you will err, you will stumble. But with true faith, every fall becomes learning. You get up stronger, more conscious, more prepared. And there comes a point where falling doesn't scare you anymore, because you already know you can stand up. That's resilience, and it is fed daily by what you choose to think. Therefore, keep this lesson as a treasure. Negative thoughts break the cycle of victory. They are treacherous, silent, and often come disguised as worry. But you can beat them. You can decide every day, every thought, every moment, what will allow you to grow inside you. Because in the end, the life you live is an exact reflection of what you think. Have you ever stopped to think how many times your dreams were silently sabotaged by words spoken in an apparently innocent way? It wasn't a scream. It wasn't a punch. It wasn't a direct affront. It was something much more subtle, a conversation, a comment, a doubt thrown into the air, and like a seed planted in fertile soil, that word sprouted and became a thought that came to live within you. This is one of the great traps of the human mind. Earl Nightingale, who has devoted his life to studying the mechanisms of success, knew that our thoughts are shaped by both our intentions and the voices we allow to echo in our minds. And these voices often are not ours. They are echoes of other people, fears of others, limiting beliefs that we inherit without realizing. Sometimes who plant this doubt is someone who loves you, a dear friend, a brother. Someone who does not want to see you suffer, but who, in trying to protect you, puts into doubt your ability to accomplish something great. Imagine the scene. You are determined to change your life. Everything is aligned. You have studied, planned, calculated the risks. The dream is almost within reach, but before you take the next step, you share with someone. And then come the destructive questions. What if it doesn't work? What if it's too risky? What if you're dreaming too high? These questions are not accompanied by support. They come loaded with fear. And this fear is not yours. It's who you're talking about. But if you are not attentive, you absorb it. And that changes everything. A small EC is enough for the doubt to settle. And with the doubt comes hesitation. And with the hesitation, the loss of impulse. That force that moved you before begins to weaken. And what was a vibrant dream becomes just another forgotten idea. How many times have you caught yourself remembering something you really wanted to do, but gave up after hearing someone discourage you? And worse, deep down, you knew it could work, but you allowed the fear of others to become yours. This is a powerful lesson. Do not share your dreams with those who are not ready to dream about you. Keep them as someone who holds a rare seed. Cultivate them with positive thoughts, unwavering faith, and strategic silence. Not everyone is prepared to understand the size of your vision. That's fine. It's not your mission to convince others. Your mission is to believe in yourself, even when no one else does. And when you fall, because falling is part of it, you'll remember why it started. You will remember that the voice that said you can't was wrong, because every fall is just part of the training. It is life strengthening you, shaping you, teaching you to stand up with more courage. The more you fall, the more agile you will be in rising. There will come a time when the obstacles will seem playful, because you will no longer be afraid of falling. You will have faith in your ability to stand up. In the end, what separates those who achieve from those who give up is not luck. It is resilience. It is unbreakable faith. It is the decision to continue believing, even when no one else does. And it starts with a choice, not to let negative thoughts or words inhabit your mind. Protect your dream as one who protects a flame amid the wind. Feed her every day with positive thoughts, powerful affirmations, consistent action, and so, inevitably, it will come true. Now that you have understood the importance of keeping your mind focused and free from negativity, we come to one of the most crucial points for realizing your dreams: having clear and specific goals. This may seem simple, but it is one of the most powerful practices you can adopt to achieve everything you want in life. Earl Nightingale, speaking about the importance of goals, taught us that they work like a compass, guiding our steps in a precise and guided way. If you don't know where you're going, any path will be enough. But that's not enough when it comes to achieving a big dream. Setting clear and specific goals is the first step to turning your intentions into concrete achievements. Vagueness is the enemy of success. If you simply say, "I want to be successful," or "I want to improve my life," that's too vague. How will you measure progress? How will you know when you have reached this goal? You need to be more specific. For example, if you want to lose weight, it is not enough just to want to lose weight. You need to establish something concrete and measurable, such as, "I will lose 3 pounds by the end of this month." Now you have something that you can measure, something that gives you a clear direction to follow. The reason specific goals work is that they direct all your energy to something tangible. Instead of scattering your energy in various directions, you focus all your efforts on a concrete goal. And more importantly, you can divide this big goal into small actions, which become the daily tasks that you perform. And when you do these small tasks, you feel the satisfaction of progressing. This creates a cycle of positive motivation. Earl Nightingale also teaches us that it's not just about writing your goals or making lists. You have to act. Setting goals is only the first step, but acting consistently is what will make the difference. Many people fail not because they have no goals, but because they do not take consistent steps toward them. Goals without action are just dreams. So when setting a goal, ask yourself, what are the small actions I need to take daily to achieve that goal? Divide the big goal into smaller, easier-to-do tasks and start working on them immediately. The power of constant action is what will transform what previously seemed impossible into something achievable. Remember that the process of achieving a dream is not linear. There may be obstacles in the way, and you may face unexpected challenges. However, by having clear and focused goals, you have a structure to orient yourself, a map to follow, even in difficult times. Clarity in your goals will help keep your motivation intact, even when things don't go as expected. And again, the key is persistence. No matter how many times you feel tempted to give up, or if things don't go the way you planned, if you continue with your eyes fixed on the goal and move forward, even in small steps, the victory will be yours. Goals are not only a destiny, but also the path to transformation. We have come to one of the most powerful and transformative points that Earl Nightingale taught us: developing a burning desire. But what exactly does it mean to have a burning desire? How does this relate to the realization of our dreams? For Earl Nightingale, this desire is not just a passing will or a simple intention. It is a deep passion, an intense and constant hunger to achieve something that moves you, pushes you into action, and keeps you moving even in the face of challenges. The burning desire is what turns a dream into something real and tangible. It gives you the strength to persist, even when the journey becomes difficult or the obstacles seem insurmountable. Without this burning desire, any difficulty may seem like a great wall that we cannot climb, and the motivation begins to disappear quickly. But when you have a burning desire, nothing can stop you. Even when things get difficult, this desire becomes the inner force that pushes you forward without giving up. Nightingale teaches us that this desire is not something that arises spontaneously or immediately. It is cultivated over time. To develop a burning desire, it is critical to connect with the deeper purpose behind your goals. Ask yourself, why is this important to you? What does this dream mean for you, for your life, for the people you love? By exploring these answers, you begin to realize that the desire you have is not just about achieving a specific goal. It's about transforming your life, uplifting your spirit, making a difference. Think about it. Have there been times in your life when you felt something so strong, something that made you say, "Enough, now I'm going to change"? This is the kind of desire you need to cultivate. The burning desire arises from a deep emotion, and often this desire is fed by a pain, by something you no longer want to live, or by a vision of something you know you deserve. It can be the vision of a better life for your family, the need to break free from financial constraints, or the desire to finally be the person you always knew you could be. Earl Nightingale points out that burning desire not only feeds our motivation, but also gives us the courage to take risks. When you are excited and committed to your goal, you do not fear failure. Instead, you see the obstacles as learning, as necessary steps for your growth. The burning desire, therefore, mentally prepares you to overcome the limits, to get out of your comfort zone and advance, regardless of the challenges. Now, one crucial point that Nightingale always pointed out: you need to deeply believe in what you want to achieve. And that belief comes from within you. It is not something you simply adopt because someone said it would be good. No, it is something you feel, something that will reverberate in your soul. For this desire to be truly ardent, it must be authentic, genuine, and aligned with your deepest values. When this happens, the energy needed to achieve your goals comes naturally. In addition, the burning desire should be fed every day. Each morning when you wake up, you need to connect with your goal and reinforce that desire within yourself. This can be done through affirmations, which help to strengthen the mind and keep focus. It can be done through visualization, where you see yourself conquering what you want. And of course, it must be done through daily action, for the burning desire without action is only a fantasy. It is necessary to act every day with consistency and purpose. Remember, this burning desire is not just about wanting something passively. It is about acting with passion, about being willing to do whatever it takes to achieve your goals. He leads you to live with intensity, with an immense force that goes beyond what you imagine being able to accomplish. When you connect your desire with your daily action, nothing is impossible. Now let's talk about one of the most fascinating aspects of the journey to fulfilling our dreams, something that Earl Nightingale considered essential: the power of the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is a part of our mind that operates below the level of consciousness and has a tremendous impact on our lives. It may be the greatest ally or the biggest obstacle in the pursuit of our goals. The good news is that by learning to master it, we can transform our reality in a profound and lasting way. Nightingale teaches us that the subconscious mind has no capacity for judgment or criticism. She simply accepts everything that is offered to her without question. So, if you feed your subconscious mind with positive thoughts, strong beliefs, and successful visualizations, it will work in your favor, unconsciously shaping your actions, feelings, and behaviors. But likewise, if you fill your subconscious mind with doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs, it will automatically sabotage your efforts and keep you trapped in a cycle of self-sabotage and failure. One of the most powerful ways to program your subconscious mind is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive and powerful statements that you constantly repeat to yourself, with the intention of changing the way you think and act. By repeating affirmations consistently, you begin to reprogram your mind, replacing negative thoughts with positive and empowering ones. This creates a new mental reality that is reflected in your actions in the physical world. For example, if you are struggling with financial issues, a powerful statement could be, "I am abundant and deserve prosperity." Repeating this every day, you begin to deeply believe that abundance is possible for you, and it begins to manifest in your life. The subconscious mind begins to seek opportunities that were previously overlooked, and your actions align with the belief that you deserve to achieve your financial goals. In addition to the affirmations, an equally powerful technique that Nightingale recommended was visualization. Visualization is the practice of creating vivid and detailed mental images of you reaching your goals. It's like a mental movie where you see yourself fulfilling your dreams, enjoying the success and feeling the emotions that come with it. The more real and vivid the visualization, the more powerful it becomes. The subconscious mind, seeing these images repeatedly, begins to treat them as a reality and begins to align its life with these visions. Nightingale also emphasized that the subconscious mind works all the time, even when you are not actively thinking about your goals. This means that when you program your mind for success, it begins to work for you automatically, looking for ways to solve problems and identify opportunities. However, if you let your mind wander out of control, it can be filled with negative thoughts and limiting beliefs that go against your goals. Therefore, the key to making the most of the power of the subconscious mind is mental discipline. The subconscious mind, though powerful, needs to be guided. You need to feed it with the images, thoughts, and beliefs that propel you forward. This requires a constant and conscious effort, but the results can be transformative. When you begin to align your mind with your goals, your life begins to align. 2. What you think and believe becomes reality, because the subconscious mind, like a big computer, processes those thoughts and creates the corresponding results. Therefore, when you really begin to understand the power of your subconscious mind and start working in harmony with it, you become unbeatable. No matter what happens around you, the subconscious mind will do its part, helping you find solutions, overcoming obstacles, and attracting the right opportunities into your life. When we talk about achieving great dreams, we cannot ignore the role of persistence and discipline. Earl Nightingale always said that the greatest secret to success. Nightingale knew this, and his philosophy always emphasized the importance of learning from mistakes and continuing to adjust the course as needed. Finally, persistence and discipline must be fueled by a clear vision of why you are doing what you do. Your deep purpose will be what will keep you motivated and willing to persist in difficult times. Therefore, whenever you feel that you are losing strength, look for the greater reason that motivates you and let it renew your energy and determination. We have reached the end of this journey, but it is also the beginning of a new phase in your life. The realization of your dreams is within your reach, and it all depends on your actions. Along this path, we explore the tools that Earl Nightingale left us to turn thoughts into reality. Now, it's time for you to take the first step towards materializing your ambitions. Remember that your dreams are not something distant and unattainable. They are only ideas realized by action, focus, and perseverance. As Nightingale taught, the secret to success is in deciding what you really want, and then investing continuous time and effort to achieve it. No matter where you are now, or how far away your dream seems, what matters is that you start today. Action is the key that turns desires into achievements. Don't wait for an external change to start your journey. Don't wait for the external motivation or validation of others. The true power is within you. It's your decision that creates your future, and constant action is what will bring your dream to reality. By committing to the practices and strategies discussed, such as setting clear goals, daily persistence, and developing unwavering faith, you will be closer and closer to success. You already have all the tools needed to achieve your goals. What is missing now is the firm decision not to give up, to keep moving forward even when the journey becomes difficult. What will set you apart from people who never achieve their dreams is the ability to move on, get up after each fall, and keep moving when the temptation to give up appears. So what are you waiting for? The perfect time to act will never come. The key is to start now, regardless of the circumstances. If you want something to change in your life, you need to be the change. Act now. Have clear goals. Feed your thoughts with faith and optimism. Be disciplined and never let difficulties take you away from your goals. The time has come to realize your dreams. Now it's up to you. If you internalize these lessons and apply the strategies consistently, you can be sure that success will be a natural consequence. You hold the key to change and, with the right actions, your dream will become a concrete reality. So start now. The future starts today, and you have the power to shape it. Let's go together on this journey towards success, turning our dreams into reality. The world is waiting for your great contribution. Don't wait any longer. Act today. If you liked this content and felt inspired, don't forget to like it and follow for more tips and motivation. Share this video with those who can also benefit from this message. Together, we can create a community of people committed to achieving their greatest dreams. Let's go.